Hi folks, we're back for the next video here in the Cartwright Woking Challenge, taking Woking from the conference to the Champions League in 6 seasons, mate. And we're well on course here, still racking up the wins in the league since we left off there after that Bristol game, so we've had consecutive wins there, all good stuff. We've got cup games coming up here which I'm going to play through, but things have been pretty busy in the transfers in between, so I'll let you guys see who we have first of all sold. So Paiva finally moved on, he went to Liverpool for £1.9 million. Alan Smart to Wickham. I think we maybe seen these in the last video, but we've got Grimmick, McFlynn went out, Burton went to Millwall, 750k. Derek Bryan, surprised on that £1 million to Bristol Rovers. Good bit of business there. And Michael Anderson, 500k to Swindon. So we've now brought in 8.75 million in this season, and I've only spent 2 million in total. So all good there. I've brought in, since we left, Paul Harvey, assistant manager, player role. Mike Simpkins, good versatile defender. Picked him up for only 30k. He's real decent for that. And then Richard Naylor, had to spend a bit of money on him. Just wanted to make sure I got a top striker in for this level. Stats look great from Ipswich there, and although it's 450k, it's paid up over 24 months, so good bit of business here. Still 1.5 million up on him replacing Paiva. So there we are. Got a couple of players that are cup tied with the different cups, but 3 I can cope with. I've got enough to kind of mix it up there. So we're going to play Reading, Exeter and Walsall in these cup ties, and we're still in all the cup tournaments there. I haven't really, I'm in for this guy, Klaus Beach Jorgensen, contract expiring. There's not really any others that I'm looking at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that. After a month or two, some more will tend to become interested. Wouldn't for this guy if it wasn't for his fitness ratings. Strength 3, that's just going to get injured all day. So yeah, and same goes with John Paul McGovern. Look good, decent enough looking centre half, but strength 6, I'm just going to avoid that all day long. So there we are, so we're ready to go here against Reading, who we already knocked out of the League Cup. Can we do the double over them in the FA Cup as well? So pretty happy with the way I've replaced my strikers, bringing in Sufo and Naylor, great options, and they'll be good enough to just keep going up through the leagues as well. But as you've seen, because I'm at such a small club, it comes a stage where you just can't hold on to them, and you've just got to try and make that work for you, keep saving up the money, and that's the plan. If we've got 20-30 million in the bank by the time we're, getting up through the championship, then hopefully the board will agree to a stadium expansion. But I have seen it before on occasion that although the club intends to improve the stadium, the local councils will reject it, and then that's an issue. But I don't think that can happen when you're going to the Premier League, because I think you have to have a 10,000 minimum all-seater stadium for that. It's certainly the case in the Scottish League. I'd imagine it's the same in the Premier League, but I don't recall that I've ever took a team into the Premier League, so that's been such a small club. So anybody that's watching the videos, if you guys have taken a small team like a conference team or anything up to the Premier League, let me know in the comments if the stadium has to get improved, or if you can kind of enter the Premier League with a 6,000 stadium with 2,500 seats, because I'm not actually convinced either way. But wow, gabbing along there, and we've ended up hammering Reading 6-1. So it looks like we're really coming together now. Happy with the The wingers have brought in fantastic pace there. Got two good strikers up front. So all good stuff, and we're pretty solid at the back, and we're getting Jorgensen in next year, so that's a good one, because if I do end up having to sell Harasimovic, he's a good replacement for him. So great to get him in. That's going to be a good one for next season. He can either play on the left wing or in that attacking midfield role. Could even play him as a striker, to be fair. So really good signing, that one. And we're on to York. So I'm going to pop Simpkins back in there and Sufo for Murphy. And then that's basically the full strength 11 now. So Sufo, Naylor up front, main man Harasimovic in the attacking midfield role there. Robson, Anderson in the midfield. Scottish connection, decent enough. McCann on the left wing. He's got solid pace there, stamina, so he can run all day, so happy with him. And then this guy Forbes has been a revelation so far. He's posting those kind of Huckerby numbers from last year, so really good to get him on board. Next to nothing as well, 80k, so great signing there. And we've got Kevin James, decent left-sided defender. I've moved Pentila into the middle of the defence. He's my captain, doing okay, and then we'll see how it goes with Simpkins, but he looks good as well. So yeah, great looking wee team for the third division now. So I'm only really going to be doing transfers now if I need to replace a sale, and that will just depend on any interest in the players I've signed. The ones that I've signed recently, you probably won't get interest in them till next season. It takes a wee while before clubs start looking at your players, usually. So we'll pop Isaacson in there, injured McCann. I noticed as well when I was looking for players that the young defender that I sold to Tottenham, Craig Lowry I think it was, seems to be frozen out there, so he might be somebody to go and try and reunite with next season. It's looking like a routine win against York here. No concerns there. I'll just give Simpkins a wee rest. But yeah, the league's going to be absolutely no problem at all there. Even the fact that Leyton Orient are pretty close to us. We're almost 30 points ahead of Carlisle here, so we'll be promoted in no time. And good form continues there. So yeah, I think it's still a case that we've only lost one league game against across the two seasons, I should say, and no draws this year. So that's a fantastic winning record there. I was thinking as well about the Cartwright bullshit. Got offered a job in the England setup, so I'm going to keep an eye out, and if the England job comes up, I might apply for that. Kind of getting my ratings up there. Or Jay Cartwright, I should say, is one of the higher rated managers in England now, so someone like 16th, I think. So there's potential there if we keep winning titles. But the bonus from getting knocked out of the UEFA Cup was I was able to just kind of reshape the team, and I think I've definitely kind of strengthened it well as bringing in some more cash. So no real concerns here. Seems to be a wee bit of processing time here, sorry about that folks. Yes, I was going to just quickly check on Scott Huckerby. How's he doing there? 3.2 million, hasn't really played a lot of football, but his stats are good there. Just a player I wasn't aware of somehow. And we need to make a change here, so we'll go Forbes on the left, Brightwell on the right, Murphy up front, and then pop Osuwu in there. And we're good to go. So it's Hartlepool in the league now. Goal for Murphy. He's decent enough. I mean, he's never going to be my starter, but he's a good backup option. Got him from Blackpool for an Bosman, so can't complain at that. So yeah, still nearly 20 games to go in this league, so it's a long one. I think they're all 46 games until you get to the Premier League now. But yeah, just kind of chalking up these wins in the league. Pretty straightforward stuff for this one. Probably find as well, once we get up to the next league, like the second division, then maybe the club will start opening up more kind of wage money, transfer money, that kind of thing, and we can maybe get a few more upgrades, and that will certainly be the case in the first division or the championship, basically. I hadn't checked on expired players for a while, but yeah, not really anyone there. I think that guy's a player coach. Yeah, don't want anything to do with that. So we've got Exeter and the Vans Trophy coming up next. Second round of that. Not seen the FA Cup draw yet. And yeah, we've got Sufo, pop him back in. Not really got to see the best of him yet. He's had a few international call-ups, so hopefully we'll get a wee goal in this game. And Naylor finds the net there. So really happy with those two, considering I sold 3 strikers for £3.9 million and brought those two in for like 600k, so good bit of business. What I did was I just switched up Prunty to a striker and then brought in that right winger as well, so there we go, and it's 5-0 at half time, a hat-trick for Sufo, so he's starting to look the part now. Yellow card for Simpkins there, so we'll swap him out. But yeah, we're stroking this one home emphatically. Stuff like this doesn't go in now, it's Neil. So yeah, solid win in the Vans Trophy, another goal for Harasimovic there. What's he at now? 43 for the season so far, wow. Good hat-trick for Sufo, so yeah, like you're saying, we've got way too much for a lot of these teams. I mean, Exeter, they were a conference side, so that probably explains that one, but we're railroading over quite a lot of these teams, and Sufo starting to get a bit of praise. So quarter-finals for that Vans Trophy getting drawn now. And hopefully we can do a number on Walsall in the League Cup semi-final. That's a brilliant draw to get there. I know they're 2 leagues above, but we've beaten better teams already. So I'm pretty quietly confident with that one that we'll get to the League Cup final, especially with it being over 2 legs. And we need a wee change there on the bench. Put Warren in there. And you can see a bit of interest in Pentila now, so Arsenal starting to look at him. He's looked better since I've popped him into the centre of the 3 defenders. But I've got a good release clause there, so it'll be 2.5 million or nothing for him, to be fair. I've also got to watch with although there's a lot of money there, I don't want to spend too much because the wages will start clocking up and we'll have an unbalance between income and expenditure, and then it eats away at the money, so you don't want to do that. And if you have a pot of money as well, you get a kind of monthly interest payment off it, which is good for balancing out the books. And secondly, we don't really need any better players than what we've got right now for this level. We're steamrolling it. So I think that's like 60 league games now and only lost 1. With Woking might. Unbeatable might. And I'll expect we'll get an offer in for Pentila pretty soon. Stoke, 190,000, I right. Reject. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about before. He's unhappy at not getting to move clubs, so probably going to have to move him on before that starts getting out of hand. But here we go, we're pretty much at full strength here. So we've got Swansea, then we've got Tranmere in the FA Cup, Walsall in the League Cup, so 2 pretty winnable ties there to get to those latter stages. Would have liked to have upgraded my coaches, but it's just kind of limited options in terms of, you know, who wants to join Woking, effectively the Woking setup. Don't know why, because they're winning everything. But Swansea's given us a game here. I wonder where they're sitting in the league. They're in 6th there, so maybe a tough game, but Old Faithful Harris pops up with a goal there. Pop some extra legs on for the wide position. And it looks like we could be about to lose another league game here. The level's obviously higher than last season, so you know there might be the odd one, but we're definitely showing enough that we're going to win the league. Even with the odd kind of blip there. So yeah, I think that's that one. A win for Swansea. But yeah, it looks like a decent enough performance, good match rating, so it happens. So I'm wondering if West Ham or Arsenal or somebody like that is going to come in with some actual serious money for Pentila. Okay, so it's Tranmere who are also in the first division, and we will need to make a few adjustments there for this one. So we'll get James back in, pop Cummins over there, and we need to bring McCann back in if he's fit. Yep, good stuff. And then Sufo for Prunty. Put Murphy on the bench there, so we're good to go with that. Can we get to the FA Cup 5th round for the second year running? Oh, I thought it was an ideal start there. And Tranmere can't be too bad if they're in the first division, so this could be a tough one. But here we go. The Woking machine wakes up. But that's an equaliser, not an equaliser. Tranmere pulled one back, I should say. But we're definitely getting a kind of easier path in the FA Cup so far compared to last year, where we had Liverpool, and that actually went to a replay, and that was kind of what started it all as far as that run was. Pretty phenomenal. So we'll fancy our chances of getting maybe to the quarters or the semis here, depending on how the draw goes. And we've got enough to definitely be competitive against the bigger teams. Looks like we're going to have enough for Tranmere anyway, so I'm happy to see that, with them being in the first division. And we're almost close to capacity for this, 5987. 13 people maybe got stuck in traffic there. Yeah, so a few beatable clubs still in the running here, so hoping for a decent draw again. 4-1, that's a great win again, so we're really getting some big results in the cups. It's 6-1 against Reading and then 4-1 against Tranmere, so this Woking team, they've definitely got an appetite for the cup runs, which is good to see. And then we've got Walsall next, so I'll probably wrap the video after this one. Charlton, he's not only going to be going to a Premier League team. Yeah, let's just set the 2.5 million in. If anybody comes in, then fair enough. Everton, they might be a bit cash strapped though. Why are they trying a cheeky wee bid like that? Right, so we need to switch it up again a wee bit here. And we've got Forbes for Brightwell, he's fit. Naylor for Sufo. So yeah, that just switching it around a wee bit with dealing with the cup ties, because different players are cup tied for the two different cups. But we're cool with that. So here we go. Can we get a foot into the FA Cup final? We've also got Walsall in the FA Cup 5th round as well, so this will be a good kind of measure of that, if they're any good. We want a solid performance here at home, but it's 0-0 at half time, so it looks like maybe Walsall's got a bit more about them than Tranmere. Come on, Woking, mate. Yeah, we'll go with that. Pretty good conditions there. Get a goal here, come on. Penalty, Bentila, goal. That could be his last contribution. Sufo pops up. A third would just do nicely. Probably kill this one off if they don't score. But yeah, clean enough, 2-0 in there. So yeah, it looks like we'll have enough for Walsall. So there we are, we've got Walsall in both the cups. What I'll do is I'll come back with the next video, if we get through those, see what's happening, and should be really polishing off the league season pretty soon as well. So firing on all cylinders with this one, with Wild King Might. Big clubs interested in Pentila, so that's going to be a matter of time there for that. And I'm expecting us to get through these cups, to be fair. Certainly the League Cup, so we'll come back for the next round of those. And yeah, catch up in the next video, folks. Cheers for watching. The Cartwrights challenge is moving on swiftly, so cheers.